Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome back to part two of our project down at the Woodmere Pond. Now this is not the big pond that we're going to restore. This is the old pond that was down next to the guest house, which had really just become a swamp and a mosquito infested nasty place. We were a little bit afraid to try to restore it, to try to fix it up. It was in such bad shape by the time we bought the property that we decided the best thing to do would be to tear it out. We didn't really want a pond down here next to the kids' playhouse, and it just would have been a liability because there wasn't a fence around it and just some other issues with it, so we decided to go ahead and tear it out. So I've been working for the last day with an excavator from Bobcat, using that to move a bunch of fill dirt in, tore the liner out first to make sure water could drain properly, and then went ahead and filled it in with a bunch of fill dirt that came from around our house on the other end of the property. So I really got it looking pretty good yesterday. Had a big downpour of rain, which really made the area quite soggy and a muddy mess, but was still able to get the most of it done. Still got a little more dirt to move today. Once I get this last bit of fill dirt moved from the pile down here, I'm going to go get the tractor at the other end of the property and start moving some of that dirt and rock that I took from around the pool, bring it down here and dump it in here as well, and go ahead and get it smoothed out with this machine. So I'm going to get some more stuff done here. Let me show you where we're getting started today. So here you can see what the pond looks like now. At the other end there's what remains of the waterfall. There's a manhole cover over there with a little concrete bunny on it. And then over against the hillside you can see the rocks where the old creek used to run. There's a pile of rubber pond liner there as well that got ripped out yesterday. I gotta get all that cleaned up as well. So really got it looking pretty good here. You can see there's a little bit more fill dirt right here that I'm gonna move down into the deep end of the pond and get it compacted, and then just kind of smooth this area out. And then I'll be, like I said, I'll be bringing dirt from the other end of the property down here and adding it and mixing it in as well, and going ahead and getting this whole thing smoothed off, and then I'll plant some grass and make it look good. Let's get started. Well, that's pretty much it down here at the pond. As you can see, I've got all of that huge pile of fill dirt that came from around the house. I've got it all spread out. Got the entire pond filled in all the way over there. Most of the waterfall I just took apart and used the rocks to kind of line the creek over here. Keep the creek, when it runs high, from washing over into this area. I need a little bit more fill, and I've got some that will come from around the house and around the pool. And then we'll have some from where the foundation is dug out here for the three-car garage, or the carriage house as we're calling it. So we'll have some more fill to put down in there to bring that up even a little bit higher, but it looks a whole lot better. Still a little bit soupy down here to really get a good grade on it, but I got it smoothed and compacted as best I could considering how muddy it is. So I think it turned out really well. Not bad for a amateur excavator operator. Now I'm going to go down and get the tractor and bring some loads of dirt from around the pool, bring that down here and drop that over into the gully here. I got a big slab of concrete that came from around the house there, kind of anchoring that, and I'm going to put some more fill in on top of that to really help improve the safety there and fill in some of that that has been washed away, eroded so badly over the years. It's really looking sharp. So now that I have the area graded off around the pond to the best of my ability, in spite of its swampiness, I'm down here behind the pool using the tractor and scooping up all the dirt that I dug out from around the pool to do our plumbing. These dirt piles need to go. We are actually going to be backfilling on top of the plumbing with sand, and then gravel will go on top of that, and then our concrete pool apron will go on top of that. So all these dirt piles really need to go. They're just kind of in the way now, so I'm using the tractor to scoop them up and take them down to the other end of the property and dump them over the hill, making more room for progress. Well, you can see I got some of the dirt moved from around the pool here and hauled down to the other end of the road with the tractor. I got all this moved, and I'm going to build me a little bridge going across the ditch here to get over here and get this out as well. So I'll work on this tomorrow, and before I take the excavator back to Bobcat, I'll be sure to dig my ditch back out. I wanted to widen it out a little bit anyways, just to give me a little bit more room to get my plumbing back into the pump house. Let me walk down to the other end of the road here and show you what we got accomplished with the excavator down the old pond site. Okay, well there you go. I've got the final grade now on the property down here. I put some more dirt from around the corner there into this section, and then graded it off and really got it compacted well into that pond side over there. Still a lot of water down in there, so I imagine I'll have to put a little more fill in there as that dries out. But it looks pretty good at this point. I'm going to continue to put a little bit more fill in there just to raise that the elevation of that area up. Make sure that creek doesn't overflow the bank and run in there and flood that. So as we take some fill out of some of these other places, I'll be spreading that over there. This area over here is pretty good. Again, it's a soupy mess, so you can see a lot of ruts and everything, but I did get it well compacted and got it smoothed out as best I could. When we get a couple of dry days here and this surface dries off a little bit, I'll bring the tractor back down here and kind of backblade it and smooth it out a little bit better, and then put some seed on it. But overall, real pleased with the way things turned out down here. Still got to get that pile of rubber membrane picked up over there and thrown in the dumpster. Then I got a pile of brush and pond pump parts and everything else laying over here we got to get out of there. But overall, got this place looking good. So there you have it, folks. That wraps up this episode of Woodmere State Revival. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Be sure to hit that subscription button if you haven't already. We really appreciate all our loyal subscribers. Hit that button so you don't miss a single episode. There's a ton more to come. We've got a big project here and we're getting it all on film, so be sure to stay tuned for future episodes. Give us a like if you would, please. We really appreciate that. Got any questions, comments? Leave those in the section below. And as always, be sure to share this channel with your friends and family. We do so appreciate all of our loyal watchers. And this project's really cool and we're enjoying sharing it with you guys. So be sure to tune in again next time. We'll be getting into something fun and exciting, I'm sure. Thanks again. Take care. Have a great night.